So the first question is, how many of you chose a career based on the money you'd make? If you agree with that, please raise your hand. All right, I see a few of you guys out in the crowd. Okay, thank you. You can put your hands down. Oh, you right? Okay. How many of you care about what people think in regards to your career or in regards to choosing a career? Raise your hands if you agree with that. I see you. Okay. All right, I see a few of you out there in the crowd. Thank you. You can put your hands down. And the last question is, how many of you care about what people think in your career? Raise your hands. All right, a few of you. And one last one. For those of you who have a career at this moment, how many of you are happy with it? Please raise your hand if you agree. All right, my teacher's out here. Okay, thank you. You may put your hands down. So what I just had you guys do was analyze your life in this present moment and how you feel about society in regards to money and your career. So with that said, I would like to tell you a story about myself and how I almost made the decision to just make a bunch of money and not be happy with my life. So here we go. So I grew up and still am growing up with two loving parents. Both graduated from community colleges with associate's degrees. Both having, decent jobs. They both have the money to provide for my sister and I. And they both get my sister and I things that we need, good parents. And at such a young age, about like 7 or 8, my parents always instilled education and success into my sister and I's brain. They said, you will never be successful in this world without an education. Education will take you from here to the moon. And I was like, okay, I can do that. But with that said, at such a young age of about 7 or 8, I didn't really know what success was. I had always been told or seen on TV that being a doctor, a lawyer, architect, engineer, anything like that, anything that made a bunch of money was successful. So from about such a young age of 7 or 8, I told myself, and I made a promise to myself, that I was going to make my parents proud, and I was going to become a doctor and graduate from an Ivy League such as Harvard University. So all through middle school, through freshman year, I had set up this goal, this path that I was to follow to get to Harvard. So I had straight A's. I was in a bunch of clubs. I was volunteering every weekend. I was playing sports. I was doing everything. My life couldn't have been better. I was on my way to Harvard, right? But when I transferred here my sophomore year, I began to grow kind of upset because my straight A status kind of just, left. Not that my grades began to suffer. I just had some struggles. I was receiving A's and B's instead of my usual A status. I grew very upset. I was lost, to be honest. I was like, I'm never going to Harvard. I'm never going to make my parents proud. I'm never going to live a happy or healthy lifestyle. I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't know where I was going to go, or who I was going to meet in this world, or who I was going to become. Throughout sophomore year, through junior year, through senior year, and currently, I have realized that I don't want to be a doctor anymore. I don't want to go to Harvard University anymore. I'm not interested in the medical field or anything like that. I have realized success to me isn't about the status, the money, or the pride. Success to me, I have now realized, is about changing the world and making a difference so big in this world where money is not even a factor. Success to me is something so grand. Who is money? Where is money? Gone. It's nowhere. So with that said, I'm going to show you two statistics from Drexel University. The first one is 95.9% of the people who went back to school said yes, it was worth it. What they mean is they went back to school, changed their career, and started living the way they wanted to. They started, having fun, waking up, and being like, oh, I get to go do something I love. I get to enjoy my life. and I get to live my life passionately and do everything that I've always wanted to. 95.9% went back to school and said yes, a career change was definitely worth it. And this is the percentages of people who changed their path. So 99.27% of the people who said it was worth it went back to school and got certificates, bachelor's degrees, associate's degrees, master's degrees, and doctorate's degrees. All these people said it was worth it and that a career change was much better for their health and their happiness and their family. So if you guys aren't happy with your career right now, I would recommend changing it because you'll live a happier and healthier lifestyle. Oh, my bad. All right, so next thing, teens and young adults. I know it's a hard time, especially in this moment. You guys are feeling, outside pressures from maybe teachers, parents, presidents, colleges, the higher ups. You guys are feeling outside pressures to be something maybe you don't want to do. They might be telling you, hey, you should be a doctor because you're going to make money, or hey, you should go do this, or you should go do that. But I'm here to tell you, you shouldn't listen to them. If you do not have a passion in that, don't do it. They're living their lives, so why are they telling you what you should and should not do? You're put on this earth to do something you love, to make a difference in this world. You should not listen to what they're telling you. You should listen to your soul, your passions, and what makes you tick on a day-to-day basis. You need to live your life the way you want to live your life. Because you only live once, so why not live it the way you want? And the next thing, maybe some adults in the crowd or abroad, maybe some of you may be saying, well, Sophia, what if I, can't leave my career because I'm not comfortable, or the financial situation isn't right now. Well, what I would say is, if you can't leave your career right now and you don't feel comfortable, make sure you have a distinct home and separation life. Make sure the two are completely separated. In between this separation, make sure you're doing hobbies that you love. Things like swimming, a sport, photography, drawing, anything that makes you love what you're doing. This separation is little baby steps into a career change. So when you do feel comfortable later on, you'll be able to confidently make a career change. And just to recap, myself, I was after the money mindset. I didn't know why. I just was after the money mindset. I wanted all the money I could get, and I wanted the biggest house out there. But was that going to make me happy? No. So I realized doing something I love on a day-to-day basis will make me love what I want to do and love who I am. And I have questions for you guys out there. Do you know what success is? Do you know who you want to be? Do you know what you love? Do you know where you want to go? What you want to do? What country you want to go to? Where you want to go to? All these questions factor into your career and what you want to do with your life. So all in all, with all of that said, I want to leave you with this. Money runs the entire world. But when is it going to be your turn to outrun money? Thank you.